Hi guys, in this video we'll be talking about what is stock market, why one should invest in stocks and how to invest in stocks. So first let's see what is a stock market. So stock market is like consider for example a vegetable market. So vegetable market is a place where the sellers sell vegetables and the buyers, the customers, buy the vegetables at the price that the sellers are selling, right? So same way stock market is also a place where the shares of the companies, the listed companies, for example, Reliance, Tata, Axis Bank, ICICI Bank, so many companies are listed there. Shares in these stock exchanges. This is NSE, National Stock Exchange. This is Bombay Stock Exchange. You might have seen this for building in so many news channels. So it's the stock market. It's an exchange, right? So they are the ones who have the shares floating in their listing, and usually companies list their shares in stock exchanges so that they can raise capital. Maybe it can be to clear off their debt, or maybe to broaden their assets around the globe, or maybe to increase the capital money so that they can invest in their buildings to create new buildings. And yeah, maybe so many reasons these companies use this money or the investment to widen their capital. Then stocks are also called as equity, shares, or security. So many people use different names to name what a stock. If you say stock, equity, shares, securities, anything is fine. So stock market is a place where stock buyers and sellers meet, right? So like just an example of a vegetable market where us customers and the vegetable sellers meet. Stock market is a place where buyers buy the shares and sellers who are willing to sell the shares, and those people are willing to sell the shares, the buyers will buy those shares at whatever the price the seller is selling. And it's all done digitally right through now. So like we have so many brokers in India who are like intermediate between us and the exchange, and they facilitate or they give a platform so that the seller can sell their shares and the buyers can buy the shares at whatever the price the sellers are selling. See, here's an example of Asian Paint. This screenshot was taken on 21st of August, and the share price was 1957 for that day. And if you see in that day, it increased 83 rupees. Why it increased 83 rupees is because the buyers were stronger. So buyers were interested. There were investors interested in buying the shares, which in return led to the increase in the share price, right? So those whoever has bought the share price 1900, and because the buyers were interested in buying, the increased share price to 1957, they are getting a profit of 57 rupees per share. All right, so 57 rupees per share is a profit they're getting if they in case brought the share at 1900 and they're willing to sell at the 1957. So for example, there is a seller who's selling the share price at 1900, and you are the buyer and you are willing to buy it at 1900, and there are so many buyers who are willing to buy, and which in return led to the increase in share price to 1957, and you get the profit of 57 rupees per share. All right, so that's all about the topic what is stock market. And one more information about the Indian stock market is stock markets are open from 9:15 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. from Monday to Friday, and weekends are special days because that's when the investors or the stock traders, that are day traders who sell and buy the shares in a day to get the profits, and they enjoy their weekends. All right, so now let's see why to invest in stocks. So stocks give huge returns in the long run, maybe 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. They give huge returns. For example, if you see in 2002 the share price of Bajaj Finance, you have seen Bajaj, right? Anywhere you go there are Bajaj fans, there's Bajaj bikes, and they are also giving loans. So you might have seen Bajaj all over. They're like a strong companies. Because it was a strong company, investors were willing to buy their shares, which in return increased the price from 5.75 to, which is almost 3,400 right now as of 2020. So if you had invested 10,000 in the year 2002, you might have made nearly 59 lakhs in the year 2020. And here you might have seen a huge fall. Why? Is because of corona crash. Because the corona issue came, the pandemic came, the stock market crashed, right? So if you and it's also a good time to buy because still there is this much way to go. See, I'll show once again. You see, there is still this much way to go up. Definitely go up. It'll keep on increasing because they are such a good company, right? Bajaj Finance. They are never gonna lose any assets or anything. They are gonna perform well even the years to come. And definitely 3,400 is the right now the current trading price. So you see 58,000, nearly 59,000 return in the past 18 years. So that's why it's good to invest in your early life and in your early 20s and then enjoy the returns in their later life. Then let's see how to invest in stocks now. Just a second. Okay. So how to invest in stocks? I'll also show a video on it after this slides. First, we need Demat account. So what is a Demat account? Just as we have a bank account to deposit money, we have Demat account to deposit our shares. So this account holds our shares. So the Indian online brokers like Zero, the Upstock, Sharekhan, they're like a platform. All right, they're like a platform which helps us to buy or sell shares. So if you can go to the website and if you follow the procedure, they will itself open a Demat account for you and a trading account for you. So let me show a live video on how to buy these shares. As of today, the markets are closed. So I'll just show you how to buy or sell a share. So I'll go to the Zerodha portal, zerodha.com. Here I'll log into my broker account. So here you see I have just 50,000 in my account right now. And in case let's say you want to buy Reliance shares, so you search for Reliance shares, and right now the Reliance shares are trading around 2,081 rupees. So if I want to buy a share, or maybe if I want to invest, if I want to invest maybe like 10,000 rupees into it, that means I get around nearly 4 shares, I guess. Yeah, nearly 4 shares I can buy because 2,000 is the trading price right now, and if I want to invest 10,000 I get 4 shares. So if you want to buy, I'll show you how to buy. So you click on buy, and you say you want to have, so you have to use cash and carry. Cash and carry means delivery based, so you can hold on to the shares as long as you want. MIS means intraday, so you have to buy and sell and you get leverage. And but that's not for our topic today. We are looking into investment. All right, so cash and carry, that's what you have to choose. In in upstocks and all, it says delivery. Instead of CNC, it will be delivery. So just remember, it will be always shown, the information will be shown. All right, it's a delivery. So I want to buy 4 shares and I click on buy. All right, so right now the markets are closed, that's why I can't place any orders. So if I buy, so after I will be buying the four shares at 2,800 rupees, and of course, Reliance are right now they are they're debt zero company, right? Zero debt company. So they have a probability of going to even 3,000 or 3,500. So if I have five shares and if it increases 500 rupees, I get a profit of 2,500, right? So, and after I buy the share, it come into holdings. So in holdings, I'll have the share over here, and you have to just click on, if you want to sell your share, just click on sell. Once you have the share in your holdings, you can click on the sell. And I had four shares, right? So imagine that I had four shares and I can click on sell. So what are the profit you get? It will be added to your funds. So here's the funds where it will be added. So that's all about how to invest in stocks. Just buy and sell easy through button clicks. And okay, let's talk about the key takeaways. So stock market is a place where buyers or sellers sell or buy their shares of stocks of the publicly listed companies. And NSE and BSE, two major stock exchanges in India. So they are the marketplace, two major marketplace. Like how, like in your locality, there'll be some great marketplace to buy the groceries, or there'll be two or three, four, right? So in India, we have two major, NSE and BSE. So an individual must have an account, a trading account to trade in stock market. Not only us, even if you see the banks, we deposit fixed deposit, right? Like FD and all in banks, what they do, they invest in stocks, they do trading, and they get so much return. And FD, like fixed deposits are like very zero risk investment, so we always get 7% return yearly. But if you're directly investing stocks, who knows, you can make 58,000 returns in another 20 years, because there are so many companies. For example, if you look at Tata Motors, if you look at Tata Motors, Tata cars, right? So they make cars, and Indians love buying cars like Tata cars, right? And right now the share prices, Tata Motors. So right now the share price is 121. See, it's 100 per share is 100, and if you want to invest 10,000 ships, like you can of course invest 10,000, right? And because we know Tata Motors, it will perform good in the later, in the coming 20 years, it's gonna perform well, right? Because they are now bringing in electric cars. So like see, it's trading at 120 rupees, and it can also reach 300, because Tata Motors are really good company, right? They now make electric cars, and the government are like very keen on bringing electrical cars into India. So their price will increase in the later run. So see, maybe because if you've seen Bajaj, they are like at 3,000 rupees right now. But Tata Motors, there are so many banks and so many shares that are like very cheap right now because of the Corona crash. And you can invest in whichever companies you want, right? So make sure that you invest in Nifty 50 companies. So Nifty 50 is index, right? I'll make a video on index. Nifty. I'll show you what are the major companies you can invest in, the top 50 companies in India. So these are the top 50 companies in India, starting from HDFC Bank, Asian Paints, Power Grid. You can invest in any companies. They are the top 50 companies because they are performing well in past years. They are performing well, and the upcoming years they cannot perform better. So always make sure you get advice from financial advisors before investing. Also, that's the disclaimer I can give right now. So make sure you invest only in these stocks. This is the website, niftyindices.com. Go to market data, Nifty move index movers, or you can also type Nifty 50 stocks in Google and get those number of or the names of the companies you can invest in, the top 50 companies. So next is Indian stock market is governed by SEBI. SEBI is Security Exchange Board of India. Like how the public schools are governed by CBSE, like central board. Like And same way, the stock markets in India are governed by SEBI, and demat account or dematerialized account allows holding shares in electronic form instead of taking physical personal certificates. So just an online depository account where you can store your shares, just like how your bank account to store your money, right? You don't have to have the physical money, you have it in the digital, right? Same with demat account is a place where you electronically hold the shares. So that's all about this video, and invest early and enjoy the returns later.